Hi you guys, welcome back. To those of you that are new, welcome, and to those of you that have been with me, welcome back again. I'm not going to do a whole lot of time on an introduction right now. I'm going to jump right into this because I'm being pushed and encouraged to do that, to address something. So I came across a light worker, and you know, they're on YouTube, and I'm not going to do names. I don't do that. I'm not here to bash anybody. But they triggered me in a huge way. And after I got triggered, I prayed about it, and I got these messages come in, and it resonated with me so strongly in my soul that I actually got upset. And I had to pray again, and I actually got a sense of peace, which is help from my divine team. But they're urging me to talk, and so that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, this light worker was, you know, giving advice live, and she came across, you know, I guess one of her subscribers had said something about doubts and fears. And so I'm going to intuitively say that this particular subscriber was probably a twin flame, because the light worker said to them that, you know, you have to be careful associating yourself with a certain label and becoming fixated with having love come in your life in a certain way, you know, and labeling yourself a divine feminine, a divine masculine, because unless you want years of heartache and pain, you know, kind of almost like that's what you're signing up for, kind of thing. And also, you know, if you there's the stigma and movement going on, is what she said, that's associating with this label, and that, you know, them thinking that they're better than others. And I mean, it just totally, like, I was like a match lit when I was listening to it. And they're telling me the reason why I got that way is because my higher self, my soul, knows differently. Yes, I'm a very old soul, okay? And I've learned many lessons, as many of us have. So I'm just going to stop there. But anyway, she proceeded in a different direction and told her that if she wanted to bring love in her life, that, you know, you focus and be open on the love and bringing that in and wanting a loving relationship, and not be fixated on that particular label and such and so forth and so on. Okay. So I'm just going to start from my own viewpoint and what I'm intuitively feeling. Let me just start with the twin flame thing, just the whole concept of it. Let me just first say what we aren't. You all know, for those of you twin flames that are listening, there's huge sacrifice on this journey for your own soul's ascension, to help with the planet, the pain and the purging and the healing and the heartache. There's a purpose behind it. And to put a stigma on it and say that it's some type of, you know, I almost got the sense of like, this is not a fan club. This is not a, you know what I mean? This is not something that, oh, you know, I'm going to experience the absolute love of a lifetime, and you peon people aren't. You're going to have soulmates and karmic stuff going on. And you know, they are strongly, and just my head is a little warm, they're strongly urging me to press this again. And I've said this before in a past video. And even if you're listening, you're a true twin flame, you're also feeling this. we don't think that we're better than anyone else. And if you are a twin flame and you think that you have a hierarchy or something because you've had these experiences and these divine epiphanies and moments and experiencing things on this higher spiritual plane and vibration, or if you have gifts that others don't, whether it's intuition or psychic abilities or clairaudience or whatever it is, it doesn't mean, because honestly, we all, as divine human beings, we're all connected. We all have the ability to tap into that. Some souls haven't, some souls have, some souls have, and they're just not even aware of it. You know, things happen and they kind of debunk it because of their incarnation life now. You know, they've had experiences with their upbringing where they were taught not to embrace that. There's even, and I'm just saying this because I'm a nurse, you know, when I did my psychiatric rounds, there were many patients I had that had schizophrenia. They're even telling me that some people that have illnesses that were labeled with that are actually gifted with psychic abilities. They're so just couldn't sort it out. They couldn't sort it out. They could not sort out the voices, but they're actually gifted. I don't know. That's just a side note that they had me say. So anyway, back to the fan club thing, that whole stigma. That's not what it's about at all. Sorry. And yes, that's true. Not everyone is a twin flame. Okay? But just because my experience as a soul and my journey, what I divinely contracted to take on, and what my experiences are, just because that I associate with that, doesn't mean that I think I'm better than anybody, or that, you know, this is some type of it's like you're creating another hierarchy system, and that is not what it's about. And like I say, anybody that's a true twin flame, they know that, and they're very humbling people. They're sweet souls. It's not about that, and their higher selves know that. You just know that, okay? So that's my side note on that. The next thing I want to say, I also know, and Divine's saying that, you know, if you strongly resonate with something, if you know your soul has been through all these different things, and pain and purging and healing, and you know that you've met your twin and you've experienced energetic things that you cannot explain. Okay, you've experienced things, you've come into a knowing, your soul has changed, it's ascending. You can't just, God didn't bring that into your life to just say, okay, just ignore that. I know you feel that with him or her, and I know that you're having this sensation and that, but okay, walk away from that, because I know the pain is hard, I know this, that, but just I want you to redirect your focus that way and forget about it. And it doesn't quite work that way. You all know that it does not work that way. It is an energetic connection. Period. It just is. It is what it is. That's another thing about twin flames. Very honest. That's the facts. That is the facts. It is an energetic. That is the other half of my soul that's split. I know that. So to say not to be fixated on the person, I understand what she meant as far as not being obsessive, because now we're talking about that chaser dynamic, that label. That's unhealthy. You're not even getting growth with that. Your twin is not wanting you to grow in that way. You have to cultivate and learn how to use that as a way to develop your own soul ascension for yourself. Yes, you are a whole being, but you also were split when you were created. So you can't just, that's just the facts with that, okay? So, you all know where I'm coming from with this, but that kind of, I had to speak on that. That was another thing that was said that I had to say something. So yeah, you experience things that you know you've never experienced with anybody else, and you know that it is something divine and almost, I'll say supernatural. I don't even know that's the appropriate word to say, but it's something that you never experienced. You know, and it's not just about a romantic, loving relationship. I've had loving relationships. I've had that with my ex-husband. I've had that with past, boyfriends. I have experienced that. And I know that I could experience that again if that's what's divinely planned, if that's what I want to bring into my life. But I also have an understanding of this twin flame dynamic. And I also know that the things that are being said out there, that if you resonate with it, you guys, then there's a reason why. If there's things that twin flames are saying that you may experience or that going on in collective, there's a reason why. So my advice to light workers that may feel like this light worker does is this. You kind of have to allow people to experience and resonate with what they resonate with. It's true, you do have to give guidance. And if there's anything unhealthy going on, yes, advise them to take a step back and take a look at that. But to say that someone's going to be doomed just because they associate with being a twin flame, I think maybe that she's associating that with her own journey. So you also have to be careful with that. There's some light workers and readers that, may feel more on the negative end of it through their own journey, and they could be inflecting that into collective messages. And if it doesn't feel right to you, and I'm not judging them, I'm just saying that could be where that's coming from. If it makes you feel some kind of way, back away from it. Take a step back. Because we're all here to learn, and we all have different ways of learning that, and our souls are all at different vibrations, and some are connected more than others in subgroups or whatever, if you want to call it, with Akashic record groups, and there's so much out there. But at the end of the day, to focus so much on saying that it's a hierarchy, or that someone's better than the other, or that stigma's out there, and that to be a twin flame means that you're, going to be doomed for several years to pain and suffering. That's not God's plan for you. And don't lose your faith and think that that's what the case is going to be. Don't do that. Like I said, they know, the divine team knows the movement of things, the timelines, the shifts, the universe. All that stuff is things that they move around. They're showing me a chess piece with pieces moving. They know how to move things when they need to be moved. Just don't pay attention to that stuff. I mean, if it sounds more negative and it gives you a sunken feeling, like it, if it's giving you like a doomsday feeling, just don't pay attention to it. Just know that things will work out in the way they need to work out, and you are not doomed to be alone and in pain and suffering forever, or for years and years to come. Like, that's not going to happen. And you all are extremely powerful and manifesting things quickly in your lives, and trust in that. Just have faith and trust in that, and know that. Okay. I think that's all I want to say for now. Just had to get that out there, and just speak on it. So if you all have any advice or positive advice, suggestions, any comments, feel free to like, share, comment. Maybe there's other messages that you all have too that could help the collective about that. But like I said, let's let's kind of diminish that stigma and just focus on our soul growth, our self-love, bringing more of that in our lives and helping the collective, helping the planet in whatever way our mission is having us to do that. And, not associating with the negative side of things and looking at things in that way. Because that's not what it's about. We all know that's not what it's about. Okay? So that's all I have to share with you guys. I hope you all have a great day. Take care and blessings.